everyone hear me? All right, too?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
There was once a girl who lived like Grace, and when she was born, her mother made her a box that said love, and in it were pictures of very old houses and love poems and diamond rings. Her mother took her to church every Sunday, and there she learned of love and acceptance and family and beautiful songs and miracles and met nice people. Mother said, I love you no matter what. Her mother took her home on the last day of her life, and she seemed like ice to the girl. One day she melted, and the girl cried and cried, stopped crying. Her father said, and he heard her. She screamed into the pages of books so someone could know her pain. She breathed in pictures of love poems so that the words may be trapped in her chest, so even in her sleep she'd feel the words, I love you no matter what, escape her lips. The books served no judgment and never hurt her, so her father took the books and read the page from binding. She saw her screams on the carpet for the first time, for she had no more to scream, and she lay awake at night, protected only by her blankets, and she would talk to her mother. She woke up at the age of 17. Her screams long gone, and boys looked at her now. But she couldn't look in the mirror. She had forgotten what she looked like, but it was the morning of her birth that she met a boy. He talked of love and acceptance and sang her beautiful songs and spoke of miracles and family, and he was very nice. He was born 17 years ago, but she had died long before. For the first time, she felt her heartbeat. She liked the boy very much. She looked in the mirror that night and touched her cheeks and hair and lips and neck and felt like a princess again. She felt her mother's words in her throat, I love you no matter what, but it couldn't be true. So she swallowed the page with pictures of old houses and diamond rings, and what dissolved in that place was love. She didn't want to believe there was something worth living for, because surviving to get it meant living for more than survival. And she had lived so long by the skin of her teeth that everything tasted of blood and wine. And in such a land as that, of blood and merlot, there holds dominion beings of sound and stone who speak through the deserts and bleed mountaintops. But how can a creature who bleeds stone live in mortal form? She thought then the boy to be a wolf in sheep's clothing, wanting nothing more than to kill her shepherds and roam forever a road with a bloody oil lamp where he might tear from the chest of an innocent her still beating heart, and with it in his hand say, I don't bleed like you. She felt that heart in her chest, and she cut. She could feel the words leak from her wrist, and it was very dark now. She felt alive again, but her father found her, a stringless marionette whose puppeteer carried her in the strongest of arms but let her strings loose, and he whispered, please don't die. He prayed, please, Lord, bless my child. Help her find the strength from within to carry on. Lord, please speak to me. She heard a voice. I'll always be with you. And she jumped, knocking her father back to the blood pool behind him. She thought of only the boy, and she ran through blackest and rain-soaked night to find him. She came to him in tears. He said, what's wrong? She said, God lives inside of me. She falls to the ground, and he takes her about the arms. He says, God lives inside of all of us. You can taste his word in the desperately desolate sections of breath, the quiet and silent peaceful moments where only your mind rumbles within your skull. That's where God is. And it doesn't matter if you want him there. He'll pay his rent through your kindness, and when he checks in, he'll never leave, but he'll be a good patron and keep your soul immaculate, so there's no need to cry, because moments of silence and blank pages are God's words, and you'll live in moments that seem never-ending and forevers that go by too quickly, because to understand the soul is to understand the end of forever and the forever ending, because we'll never understand, there's only acceptance. And he lives inside of you and everyone who's ever lived and those who shall. Christian, Muslim, Hindu, Jewish, Buddhist, agnostic, atheist, no matter what you believe or don't believe, God will let you know he's there. When you kiss a loved one, help a friend in need, laugh or cry or love or hate or scream or whisper. Thus spoke the boy. He said, God bleeds stone, and from his wounds came the mountain. She said, but who did God bleed for? He said, he bled for us. God's skin shed the sand and his tears made the ocean. He leans to her ear. I looked into your eyes and I saw the ocean. She felt his heartbeat. It sounded like a church service. She cried. He said, I love you no matter what. She saw a clear sky and there were mountains. She thought the mountains to be closer to God than anything else. And on top of those mountains, beings of sound and stone who bleed to bring life. He hugged her tighter than he ever had before. And those beings spoke to her saying, we'll always be with you.